Welcome back to 3 Minute Thursday, your Thursday treat. Welcome back to 3 Minute Thursday. It's Thursday, but it's not 3 minutes. Woo! So, welcome back to 3 Minute Thursday. Well, there's a bit of a mess happening on the bar, but what I want to show you today is how to set up your bottles. So I've kind of got everything prepared, and I'll talk you through what I've got as I go through it. But the idea is kind of leading on from last week's episode of preparation. Preparing your bottles and making sure that they're set and ready to rock and roll, clean and looking awesome is going to be essential to ensure that you have a good show. So I have a working Flair bottle. I have 4 exhibition Flair bottles. This is my, 4 exhibition Flair bottles. Doesn't really matter what it's for. And I have my cocktail bottle right here, okay? I've got some stickers to put on the bottles. I've got all my pour spouts here set up, ready to rock and roll, and I've got everything else. So I'm going to go through my setup with you and show you how I prepare all my bottles. So the first things first, we're going to go, let's start with our floating shaker trick. First I'm going to move these out of the way so you can see everything which is happening when it's happening. Cool. Floating shaker trick. Now, for those that don't know already, the floating shaker trick works like this. There's a little bar inside there, woohoo, which this tiny little hook, which I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see, I'll hold it there. It's a tiny little hook here. Anyway, it hooks on. You need a bottle to prepare ready for that. I've got myself a vodka bottle here. This is Nero vodka, really, really good. And I filled it up 3/4 of the way. You want to make sure you have a lot of liquid in this bottle. And you have to make sure you have a long bottle because this has a little weight on it, which needs to hang down inside the bottle. Boom, in place, ready to go. And that can just sit over here where we had it on the setup. Done. Next, we're going to prepare our working Flair bottle. Now, for my working Flair, I'm using Campari. For the exhibition Flair, I'm using Bacardi. You can use whichever bottles are suitable for you. First things first, I've got lots of different stickers. I've got some Flair Camp stickers. I've got some of my TD stickers. To differentiate, you can use your stickers to differentiate what is in each bottle if you want to. But generally, I just put in whatever. And again, you don't have to use stickered bottles. The reason we do that is so we can basically use any bottle to Flair with. And in competition, sometimes you can't use competing brands and whatnot. So you'll get given stickers, which you can stick onto the bottle, obviously, and then you can put in that bottle whatever you want. Again, it's completely up to you what you want to use. I'm just going to use a Flair Camp one and a TD, if I can get this off, come on, yes, TD round sticker, boop, on the back, bosh. Then grab my funnel and we are going to fill this with vodka. Well, we're not going to fill it, we're going to fill it halfway. Glug, 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 glug. Just over halfway. Bosh. Take that out of contention, let it drain there. And I'm going to use a metal pour spout. We want a nice metal pour spout in the bottle. And then we're going to tape. You can use any colored tape you want, but you're basically taping up the pour spout into place, obviously. Boom, done. I'm going to put this to one side and we'll bring it all back when they're all done. Now, for the working Flair cocktail, I did say we were making a rum and coke, but it can be any kind of highball that you want. I'm just going to use vodka because if you spill vodka, it's much easier to clean that and to move on with your routine than if you spill something like a dark rum or a sticky liqueur, for example. So I'm going to use vodka and we'll do like a vodka tonic or a vodka lemonade or something simple like that. And we should be okay with one bottle, but you can set up a secondary bottle or you can have another bottle of vodka there ready in case you drop this one. Always good to have backups. I'm pretty confident with my one bottle, so I'm going to put that to one side. The second cocktail we're gonna make is gonna be a Negroni. We're gonna make a Negroni. So we've got ourselves some sweet vermouth, some Campari, and some Moses gin. This is new to the back bar. Oh, you can't see the back bar. To the back bar. And we're gonna use this to put inside our exhibition Flair bottles. Now the trick here is deciding which liqueur or spirit is gonna go into which bottles. But here's my suggestion. We're gonna put the gin in for the routines which are bottle and tin. And we only need half a shot. I've already got a little bit of water in that one, so let's just boop, empty that out. Half a shot. And half a shot. Probably a bit over half a shot, but that's okay. Now I'm using metal pour spouts for my exhibition Flair bottles and tin because again, I'm confident with what I can do in this routine, but you can use any pour spouts you want. Just make sure they're free flowing. And again, plastic pour spouts are gonna be really handy and useful and safe for you to use. We can tape that up. Now for the 2-bottle routine, bang. Again, I'm gonna just use the 2 bottles and I'm gonna put half a shot, oh, let's make sure there's nothing in that note, of my Dubonnet, my sweet vermouth, and half a shot of Campari. Right, we do have this last bottle to do as well. This is going to be our pre-prepared cocktail. And I'm going to pour enough in there for 2 Negronis. And you can just kind of, that's about right. And some gin. 2 Negronis. There we are. Now it's not that important. If you tape this one up, you're not going to flare with this one. It's just going to be there to pour with. I get a pour spout which isn't broken. It's just going to be there to pour with in case you spill all the ingredients from your other bottles. Okay, that's our 2-bottle section. That's our working Flair section, and that's our exhibition Flair bottle tin section. That's our working Flair section, and then we have our floating shaker section of bottles. Oof, bottle. And the way these are all going to go in your speed rail is like this. Floating shaker trick. I'm right-handed, so I go from right to left. Floating shaker trick is going down in my station on my right. Next, my working Flair bottle is going to be in my speed rail there. After that, I've got my 2 bottle and tin section exhibition Flair bottles. Then I have my 2-bottle routine, and then I have my cocktail setup here. Now, what can happen on stage during a show, whatever happens, is you have this setup and then everything just goes mental and you just start picking up bottles left, right, and center. The biggest tip I can give here is to try and stick to what you're doing and what you're knowing. So if those are the bottles you're going to Flair with for the certain sections, if you feel like you need more, then prepare more. If you want to have 3 Campari and 3 Dubonnet, then prepare that amount. But if you're going to start performing this show, you want to ensure you're doing this routine pretty much with no drops, basically. And if you do make a mistake, you need to be able to pick up and continue pretty swiftly. Well, there you go. That is how you set up your bottles. I know that's not the most exciting 3-Minute Thursday, 73-Minute Thursday video this week, but bottle preparation is key. Next week, we are going to do a full dress rehearsal and go through some of the small changes which may be there as well. So, see you next week.